Mazda's zoom zoom philosophy is perfect for smaller cars, and the brand has dedicated focus on driving dynamics, including responsive handling and plenty of grip. But that's not to say it doesn't offer quite a bit of space. The Mazda3 is for someone who wants a bit more style and to stand out on the road, as well as having the added bonus of a family car practicality. Not many people consider this to be a true hatchback competitor, and it's due to the popularity of more successful models. However, the Mazda3 is a great car. It had a facelift in 2012 and now it's more greener, got more equipment, and it's better looking than ever. Okay, so I'm not going to lie to you, it's absolutely chucking it down, and it's going to make this part of the review ever so slightly more difficult, but nevertheless it's something that we really want to show you on the Mazda3. The rear is great, I love it, it's so stylish. We've got these rear headlights that kind of arch around the side of the car, and it reminds me of some sort of angry dragon to look at. The bold lines and folds throughout the car really do give the 3 quite a sporty look, and that brings me on to the boot release, which again is quite cool. It's touch sensitive. You just push and it releases the hatch to reveal a quite fair sized boot. The load level's quite low as well, so you shouldn't have any issues in accessing the rear. The Mazda3 offers a pretty decent amount of space, although it is smaller than some of its competitors. This space can be extended by folding the rear seats down, although the seats don't fold completely flat, which again can be ever so slightly annoying. Although this may sound a little picky, the first thing that catches your attention is the narrow rear entrance to the passenger seats, which can be a little bit frustrating, especially if you want to put babies in the back of the car with the big clunky seats. Inside the Mazda3 is quite a comfortable place to be. There's plenty of adjustments in the steering rate and with the driver's seat, so you shouldn't find it that difficult to get comfortable on a long journey. And it's nice to see that the interior meets the standards of the exterior design, with the bold lines and curvature flowing throughout the cockpit. It's quite reminiscent of a Honda Civic, it's quite space age. There's also a great range of generous trim levels available, so equipment shouldn't be difficult to come by. The one thing that does let it down a little bit for me is the quality of the plastics used within the dash. It's all a little bit cheap. That said, there's plenty of binnacles throughout the cabin and a very spacious glove box. And continuing with the positives, equipment like stability control, air conditioning and MP3 compatibility, not forgetting the trip computer, all comes as standard. The Ford Focus, VW Golf and Vauxhall Astra tend to get all of the plaudits and sales in the small family car market, but there are a host of other cars buyers can choose from in this sector, and perhaps one of the most underrated in the sector is the Mazda3. The Mazda3 offers some great engines with a 1.6 litre and a 2.2 litre diesel on offer. However, there's also a 1.6 litre petrol on offer, which is a little bit disappointing. It's a bit of a pitfall for the Mazda3, if I'm honest. It doesn't really do the car justice. But if you're after an all-round great engine, then go for the 1.6 litre diesel, as it delivers 113 brake horsepower and emits just 115 grams per kilometre of CO2 emissions, the lowest emissions paying homage to Mazda's newly designed Skyactiv technology, which features on the new Mazda CX-5 SUV. At normal cruising speeds, I've not really got any problems with the Mazda3. The ride's quite firm and not too rigid. The only thing that does let the drive down ever so slightly is the steering. It's a bit too elasticy and ever so responsive. It takes a little bit of getting used to, and it's not that nice. The Mazda3 is not as spacious or practical as its Ford Focus and Vauxhall Astra competitor. It is also slightly more expensive than these two, but when it comes to the driving experience, style and downright fun, plus looking ever so slightly different on the road, the Mazda3 is a hidden hatchback gem. So if you're looking for a practical hatchback that also offers something a little different, then here you go, the Mazda3, and it's yours for just £15,995.